Hello everyone, my name is Rory, a local Splatoon interview addict, invading yet another Splatoon YouTube channel with some interviews for you. Today I'm joined with Ari. Ari, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello. I'm Ariel, or Ariikitty in game. I've been competing now in Splatoon for a year now. It's 3 days ago was the 1 year anniversary since starting the SBA. And I've also been volunteering now for almost a year. Will be when it goes the turn of the year.
Okay, to kind of give some backstory for the people at home. We met through the SBA. I was your team manager / coach on LessThanThree, the third academy team back in season 0, the kind of test pilot season. Could you talk a little about your experience in the SBA? I know it has been a bit of a while ago at this point, but hopefully it made an impact.
Yeah, I'll try and rack the brain cells to remember back. I remember it was a really exciting yet nervous time, because I know before the SBA kind of thing, I had like some experience with playing in a team setting, not comp specifically, but I had like gone to like a free-to-play LAN of like Ink and Splash ran by Splat UK back when the game first released, and that was just a like little tournament, basically for fun tournament, where we were put into random teams and played, and that was really good fun. But getting into comp before the SBA was always really scary. Always found it hard to reach out and talk to people, just in day-to-day life. So then trying to like almost prove myself to other people was terrifying, because I always had that thought in the back of the head, just like, you're not good enough, you're not going to go far, no one wants you, sort of thing. Like, so the SBA was a really cool opportunity presented. I never still that nerves going into it, because it's like, okay, this is going to get me into a team, but I'm still going to have 4 other people that I don't know that I'm going to have to try and get along with here and hope they don't hate me, sort of thing. So yeah, it was really anxiety inducing at the time, but since the SBA, it's been really good. I've been able to make friends with basically everyone from my season, essentially. And even now, people that have also gone through the SBA, I still occasionally pop into the server and talk to people who either have also gone through the program or are going through the program. And it was a really good time.
It's always funny to me when I hear your backstory, your origin story with this game, that it starts with a LAN. It's such an odd thing, because like in other games that like wouldn't be unheard of, in like Smash, for example, where like kind of the default for tournaments is LANs. Like people meet up and they'll go for weeklies like super regularly, and they'll have like a local scene where it's kind of super normalized, and they have this routine thing. The default for Splatoon, because of just the logistics of setting up 8 switches, the logistics of that make it so difficult, to the point where the default is just all online tourneys. Did you get like do you think you have a unique experience, like starting from that in-person space and then moving into like comp online?
It's definitely different. I wish there were more often these like free to come along sort of thing in play, because there's a lot online spaces of like, yo, here's a chill Discord where you can hang out and like ping people to play open and stuff. But it's a shame that like team games especially, and Splatoon even more so than that, it's always hard to get a group of people, because with fighting games with Smash and that, like you can have 4 or 5 people come over your house and you can run a little for fun LAN tournament. Where if 4 or 5 people come over to your house to play Splatoon, it's like you can do salmon run together. You could connect everyone up to the internet and play open and handheld, but you can't like run that like living room tournament like you can with like fighting games and other single player games. So it's a shame that it's not more common to have like these communities that run meetups in person. I know the NX London group, which had a lot of the members that run the Splat UK scene as well, do one for London, but outside of London, at least for the UK, it's very rare to have this like in-person meetup. So it's definitely a different experience.
Yeah. I think especially after Octofest and after seeing so many people I know having gone to Octofest, I'm jealous. Obviously, Octofest is like it's like once in a lifetime type production, and it's out of this world. It's crazy. But even to just hear that, like your first introduction to the scene at large was in a LAN. I wish I had that. I wish I had that experience. I'm really looking forward to trying to get to a LAN. I really want to try and get to a LAN in the UK. Meet up with some of LessThanThree. Meet up with some of my other UK Splat friends, potentially other people from Europe that come over. It's a really cool experience. Going kind of back to the SBA and your time in it. There's a funny story, especially around kind of the process to which you joined, or almost didn't, I suppose I should say.
Oh, we're talking about this, right?
So,
yes.
For those who don't know, you put in like an application for the SBA. You like fill out information, and then if you're placed on a team manager will reach out to you. And then they'll invite you to the server, they'll invite you to the team, and then it kind of goes from there. So when I was when I was building LessThanThree, and when I was assigned LessThanThree as my team to manage, I reached out to everyone, and Ari, I reached out to you, and what happened?
So I can't remember what I was doing at the time, but I know I was on my phone, so I was using mobile Discord, which is already not great. It's gotten better now, but back then it was terrible. Because I was on the bus on my way back home at the time I got the notification. But I didn't get a notification for the message request, because Discord likes to hide new messages now from people that aren't on your friends list into message requests. But I got a notification for a friend request instead, and my instinct on just getting a friend request is to just block the user. So I was literally seconds away from blocking Roa on Discord, till I then noticed that I also had a one ping next to the message request, read the message request and went, oh shoot, I should not block Roa. This is my invitation to the SBA. So I was moments away from essentially blocking myself out of the SBA.
And you mentioned the kind of anxiety that can come with joining comp, and what you felt before signing up, what you felt before trying to find a team, what you felt just in the general concept of even trying competitive. What about the SBA made it easier?
I think it's just the fact that I don't have to do the looking, and I don't have to prove myself, essentially. Because of the fact that the whole thing was advertised as like it's going to match you with people around your skill level with the same goals as you. I know for a fact that like worry that I'm not good enough sort of thing, it starts to become a non-issue. It's still there because I still want to prove myself to these 4 random people that I'm going to be placed with. But it's suddenly less of an issue because I no longer feel that I need to prove myself in order to get my foot into the door to get to know people. Because I've always found that I have a hard time connecting with people when I first meet them, but when I get to know them, I'm a really like friendly and outgoing person. So it's like it's getting that foot in the door, getting that like initial conversation, and then like almost, I guess, breaking down the barriers and breaking the ice. And then I know once that's done, I'm fine. So the SBA kind of was that breaking down the barrier, breaking the ice, like allowing me to be myself essentially, rather than this nervous wreck of a person that can't talk to people. I am, to me, that is the most value bit of the SBA.
I think there's something to be said about a difficult aspect of it also being, oftentimes if you're joining a team, the team's been around at least a little bit. Like, that's not always the case. Like, my first Splatoon team, for example, it was like freshly formed and I was like one of the first people to respond to it, and it kind of got built very quickly. But like other teams I've been on have been teams where like they've been around a year and now they're looking for a new fourth because one of their members had to leave the team. And joining that environment where you're the new one and you're not on equal footing with the people around you, it can be quite scary. It can be quite anxiety inducing. So I think like something to credit the SBA for is that all of the people there are equal, and you never feel like one person on the team has more say than the other, because at the end of the day, even like towards the end when we encourage people to kind of consider who they want like as a captain, it doesn't feel the same as joining a team that's been around.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when you're joining a team that's been established, they're also familiar with the comp scene. They also know kind of where their expectations are and how they perform in that setting. Where when you're joining a new team, new into comp, you're not only just new to that team, but you're new to the entire environment as well. So it's like it's I would say it's easier for someone who has been in comp to be a free agent and move teams than it is for someone completely new to the scene getting into it, because they don't know the processes, they don't know what is just kind of unspokenly expected of people. They don't know how to properly gauge their skill level against other people because they haven't had that opportunity outside of solo queue. And the difference between solo queue and team play is almost night and day. They require very different skills. And people that thrive in solo queue don't always thrive in team play, and people that thrive in team play in team play don't always thrive in solo queue. So it's really hard when you come into the scene to not only make that connection with teams because you are an outsider to the team, but also make connections to the team because you are just an outsider to the scene as a whole.
Absolutely. And with that, like making connections, what was it like to be put on a team with the people in LessThanThree and to have to build that up and to build those relationships, build those connections, and then later even down the line going through roster changes where you have to bring new people into the family almost?
I would say us and LessThanThree kind of got lucky in the fact that we seemed to get along really well, almost from the start. I know we built up a reputation over the season of being the yappers, essentially. Our team chat was like, I think there was a graph that went out, or at least some data that went out, and it was very close to, if you add the conversations of all the 5 other teams in our seasons together, it would only just be more messages sent than LessThanThree on their own.
Yeah.
Like, by the end of the season, we had to really hit it off, but I think the part of that is just for the fact that we kind of almost ignored the comp side of it to start with in the first few days to a week or so. we treated it way more as like we're friends, we're getting together when we're playing the game. Like we were daily hopping into VC to play open with each other and stuff like that. Play Mario Kart and other games as well, not just limited to Splatoon. And I think that really helped us kind of not even just connect as teammates, but connect as friends, most importantly, to start with. And then when we get to the second half of the season, it's like, okay, now we're a group of friends. How did we become good teammates? And it's way easier when you have that relationship and trust with each other too, because then you are able to talk about the issues you're facing way more openly than you can if you were just treating it as teammates and you didn't really know each other very well, which I think helped with that. And then when it came to the roster changes, I think the big part that helped us a lot was just the ethos we keep in LessThanThree, the way we like to run our team of we are very much a fun first, results second. Like if it's not fun, if we're not having fun, if no one's having fun, or even just one person's not having fun, it's not worth doing, or something needs changing. And I think we're bringing on new people and going through the roster changes. That's always been the comment I've heard that they've appreciated most, the fact that we're willing to like adapt to different play styles or slow it down our rate of like competing to make sure that everyone's comfortable and happy within the team, which has made it a lot easier to get along with people. And the fact that we do things outside of just playing Splatoon competitively. We will hop into casual games, we'll play other games, like when we brought on Tahoe recently, the most recent member to join us. We would quite often play Peak almost weekly, which just allows us to completely like chill out and have some fun and mess around, and it, I think, helped Tahoe come out of their shell and like really integrate with the team well, just because of the fact that we create this friendly environment, and it's very much we are not just teammates, we are friends.
Absolutely.
I want you to feel the same way.
To kind of talk more on that, about like being friends first and teammates second, what was it like to hear that from the same person who also described the idea of meeting new people through comp as like anxiety inducing and like scary? How does that growth happen? How do you go from being afraid to talk to new people and just wanting to try this little comp Splatoon thing to then saying, oh no, they're my friends first, I don't give a fuck about the game, sorry, I shouldn't swear, I don't care about the game, they're my friends first?
I don't fully know how this change happened. I can point at things and go, that helped, like, because I've noticed a shift as well in my general mental and approach to meeting new people has changed since getting into competitive, but I can't explain why it's changed. I can point at things and go like, SBA has helped it, and joining Stronghold has helped it, and things like that, and it's made me more confident in myself. But it's trying to pinpoint exactly how all that change happened is really difficult. I think LessThanThree definitely had massive plays on this. I don't know how it's changed it, but since joining LessThanThree, I have had so much more confidence in myself to go out and talk to people and like make those connections and like put myself out there. And I don't know why. I cannot explain why this change has happened or how this change has happened. I just know that it has. It's really weird.
I've had similar experiences where I've gone from being an extremely anxious person who finds it hard to talk to people and who kind of just found socializing difficult, to almost using Splatoon as a way to practice it. I think there's so much to say as as using Splatoon in the community, as just like a playground to help train on, to help find a skill that you feel you're lacking in or you want to improve on, and just using it as the medium through which you do it.
Yeah, I think what really helps is you already have that thing in common with everyone. It's not like going out into the world where you've first got to do that exploratory thing of like, okay, what interests do you have? What interests do I have? Do we have any similarities? Things like that, which could always be really awkward, especially if you're not great at small talk, which I am terrible at. So like making that initial connection with someone is difficult, but I guess within the Splatoon community, you know you're going to walk up to someone in the community and instantly know they're going to like Splatoon. It doesn't matter who they are, where they're from. If they're here in the competitive Splatoon community, they most likely like Splatoon and will probably enjoy talking about it. And it gives you that jumping off point, which again, sometimes you just need that foot in the door to help get the conversation going, to allow the nerves to kind of melt away and stuff like that, which is probably what's helped.
Absolutely. I think, again, from my kind of personal experience, I don't think I would be half the person I am if I didn't have the friendships and the excuse to grow that Splatoon gave me. The constant like needing to worry about all of my teammates and about their comfort levels and their schedules and making sure everyone can show up for the scrim and trying to figure out what we best effectively need to work on to get efficient practice, and like it builds so many skills that people don't realize, I think.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned in there like the way LessThanThree runs as a team.
Yes.
How much do you put it down to like kind of the people on the team, and how much do you put it down to the structure of the team that has been successful? And I know those two things are interlinked because the people like impose the structure on the team and like help create.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to the kind of dynamics, how much of it is the people just for the people's sake, and how much of it is the regularity and the structure that you put in place?
I think, yeah, they go very much hand in hand, because the people form the structure that they need in order to do well. I think it's really important that the four of us kind of get on really well with each other, and we have that close-knit friendship, both online and now offline after beating up in person. Like we all get on really well with each other. We all trust each other. To the point where we've had like these like really difficult talks, and we like about like mental health and life issues and stuff like that, and we're all like there and supporting each other, which I think is really important, because you've almost got to treat a team like a relationship of like, if you can't fully trust in one another, you're not going to be able to do that under pressure.
Absolutely.
Like if you can't trust each other outside of the game, how are you meant to trust each other inside of the game when the pressure's running high and the stress is running high and the expectations are there? So I think, yeah, the people are definitely really important to me, and it's why I really value the people I'm on the team with, because yeah, I trust them like my best friends, because in a way they are my best friends. The structure of the team and how we run the team is more there to enable us to do what we need to do in order to keep those healthy bonds. So we have the usual things that a team will have. So we have scrim slots, and we'll try to run a tournament, if not once a week, then at least once every other week, or at least once a month, so we're getting regular practice. but we also do stuff like regular team meetings and team check-ins. So it's a hour slot that we put aside with a Google Doc for a meeting agenda that everyone has access to and is free to just comment on points that they'd like to bring up. And these points can range from anything from like, oh, hey, I got a weird, wacky video idea that I want to do around the team, to, hey, I'm having a really big, serious issue and I would really like to spend this time to talk with it. And it's allowing that space for open conversation, I think, really helps keep the team in the healthiest place. Because it means no matter what we're going through, we know that we're going to have that time to be listened to and talk about what's going on and the issues we're facing, which keeps us that really helps maintain those healthy bonds between us. And we would also and then we would also aim to even have like the slots in where we just play a game together, like have some time where we're just going to chill out and have some fun, have a laugh, and enjoy time together.
I've been on so many teams where when issues are identified, and not even just been on teams, but like seen in other teams and in other environments, where when issues are identified, people will say like, oh, we'll chat about it before the next scrim or whatever. And it sets like, it's double-edged, because you of course want to be playing the game. Like you want to play the game, and like minimizing the amount of time you have to have hard discussions seems logical if you want to play the game. But long run, if you want to last, if you want to play the game, having time set aside where it's not playing the game time, it's not practice time, it's not discussing strategy time, it's like emotion talk, it's team talk, it's whatever the hour needs it to be. Having that time is so important, because as you said, being on a Splatoon team is like being in a relationship. Except it's more, it's harder. It's more complicated, because you not only have to worry about your relationship with like 3 or 4 or even 5 people, but then you have to think about their relationships with each other and how all of those things interact with each other, and then you have to think about the games.
Yeah, and I can't ever see myself in a space where the attitude towards hard topics is talk about it at the next scrim, because scrims are time for me to practice and focus on the game, and I can't do that if I'm worrying about something else or something. There's another issue on my mind. Like, we talk about it all the time in competitive spaces about needing that mindset, needing that like headspace of like, I'm only going to think about the game, nothing around me matters anymore. And it's way easier to do that when you're in a happy, comfortable place. And if you've got an issue that you need to talk about, you're not going to be able to get into that happy, comfortable space to be able to like lock in and focus only on the game. So it's not only just not a healthy space to talk about, because people will come on for the scrim, do the scrim, and then go again. So you're not necessarily know that people are going to be fully paying attention because they haven't put a time aside to talk about that hard thing. But you're also then not going to play the game as well either, because you're worrying about this other thing. So I definitely think having a space where you don't have to focus on anything other than the conversation topics that you've written down is just healthier for you to solve the issue, because you only need to think about that issue and how to solve it, and you know that other people would put time aside to focus on that issue with you. But it will also allow you to, when it comes to game time, just focus on the game.
We've talked about a lot. And we're not going to be able to cover everything, because we do have time aim with this. But if you could say something to yourself before you applied to the SBA, when you were in that state where you were anxious about playing the game, where you were anxious about making that first step, what would you say to yourself?
It's hard. Both what I would say to my older self, but also for my older self, or younger self, I guess. Yeah, my past self is because anything that I'm going to say to my past self is going to come across as easy to say. Because obviously I've gone through the hardship now. I no longer know what is going through my past self's head and the decisions and the troubles they're facing. And that's going to be true for people that are currently in the position I was in, is I don't know what troubles they're facing. And you're trying to say it's like, don't worry about it, just do it, just put yourself out there. It's way easier said than done. I will say that it's always scarier when you don't know what's going to happen, and that initial starting point will be the scariest bit. Like the position my past self was in before the SBA is the scariest stage. Because you don't know what the community's like. You don't know how people are going to interact with you, react. And you hear all the time about people and how nice people are within the scene and how welcoming the scene is. But what if your experience is different and you don't want to face that? I think all I can really say to my past self is just keep going. You'll get there in the end. It's going to be scary. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, and that's okay. I think that's the important bit. It's okay that it's hard and scary and difficult. Because once you get through that part, you'll look back on it and go, I'm so grateful for doing it. I'm so happy that I went through that hardship and struggle to put myself out there, put myself in a vulnerable position and do it, because of the places it can take you, the people that you'll meet, the opportunities that you'll get to do. It will be life-changing. And sometimes you just got to go through the hard bit and the struggle to get there.
I couldn't have said it better. Ari, it's been great to get to chat to you. Where can the people at home find you if you wanna plug some socials?
Yeah, I'm active both on Discord and on Blue Sky. I'm Ariikitty. Ari has 2 eyes because with reasons. I've also got a YouTube channel, but I've not uploaded anything to it in a while. But that's changing. That will be changing. Splatoon content coming soon. But yeah, keep an eye on Blue Sky for that, because that's where I'm currently the most active.
Coming soon, TM.
Coming soon, TM. Content good.
Okay, Ari. Thank you so much for your time. This has been really great. And thank you to everyone at home for watching. I'll catch you in the next SBA interview, or Beep interview, or Ismashiroa YouTube channel interview, or somewhere else. I don't know. You'll see me. I've been Roa. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.